Hello, welcome back to another episode of Super Spurs. It's me, DJam FM. I hope you're all doing really well. Today's mini episode is going to be a transfer and squad update to show you some of the major ins and major outs that have happened for the club. We'll start off with the outs to begin with. So the first two major ones are the fact that Ben Taleb has now joined Manchester United for a £25 million fee. He was valued at 15 million and I negotiated as much as I could with them. They put in 25 million. I think I probably got the best I could out of it. I did offer him around to other clubs, but no one was prepared to go as high as what Manchester United did. He's a good player, a really, really good player and a good young, talented player. But because he's not English, unfortunately, what I said at the beginning was that if we get transfer bids in for players who are not English nationality, we will sell them. So, unfortunately, Ben Taleb has failed, as a casualty of that. Kevin Weimer was up next, and again, very similar sort of thing. I tried to offer him for out as much as I could because Manchester United put in originally a £10 million offer, and this was literally the highest they were prepared to go. I tried offering me out exactly the same as Ben Taleb. No one else was interested in. Now, Alex Pritchard was an interesting one. He's been out on loan, as you'll be able to see from the sort of screen here, for the last couple of seasons with me. He originally went to Oldham, had a fantastic season at Derby, and I offered him out on loan. And quite a few clubs came in for him, including Derby, who have just been promoted. So I thought he's going to get Premier League football. He's going to be playing at a decent level. And it can only be good for the lad. So I offered him out on loan, as I said. And then Hull came in with an offer of £7 million, but it was sort of like spread over quite a lot of monthly repayments. I said to them, pay 7.25 up front, get it done. And they've offered it. So unfortunately, he's left. He is a good English player, but I've got so many options on the wings at the moment that he's just not going to be able to get game time with me, and I'd rather he left to progress his own career. Andros Townsend, I said I was going to sell him at the end of the season, and I have done. No one wanted him, apart from Brighton. I got what I could out of him. To be honest with you, I really don't care that he's gone. I'm really not that bothered. 3.9 million, yes, possibly I could have bargained for more, but as I said, I don't care. Yedlin's also gone to Brighton for a 2.4 million fee. He was never going to get in my team. He's not good enough. And again, he's American, so unfortunately he's been sold. Kyle Walker requested the transfer again. He cancelled the transfer request when he came back out on loan. And a week later, he requested a transfer again. I was just like, right, just get out. Just get out of the club. So offered him around. Reading came in with a bid. Again, he was on 60 grand a week, so that's taken that off the wage bills. Now, some of the free transfers you'll be able to see from here, the really stand-up runs are Grant Ward, who has left the club on a free transfer, was never going to get into our team. Ben Garrett, I've got Sam Johnson as my backup goalkeeper, and I wasn't prepared to give Ben Garrett another chance. I wasn't impressed with him. He needs to have at least 40 games a season to just progress a little bit. And then some of the other ones, we've just let out quite a few players on loan. Joshua Anomar is probably the biggest one. He's going to be spending a season-long loan at Sunderland. I want him to get at least 30 games with Sunderland, so that's the plan anyway. Andrea Dazelle going to Leeds. That was just because of the players that we signed. I just want to get Dazelle playing first-team football on a regular basis, so that was the aim with that one. The same with Danny Griffiths. Wasn't going to get into the first team. I thought I'd loan him out. He's just been injured for 2 months. So that's quite disappointing. Adam Little to Bolton, again, just wanting to get first-team football, and so on and so forth with pretty much all the players. The only one I am disappointed about is Clinton. Tried to offer him out on a transfer again. Nobody wants him. I've got a feeling he's just going to run out his contract. I can't see myself selling him because he's on 40 grand a week. I just can't get people to commit to buying him, which is a massive disappointment, but we'll see. Now, in terms of the ins, we've only had 5 transfers. The first one is Andre Wisdom. In real life, I think he's a bit hit and miss, but on this game, he's got all the stats to become an absolutely fantastic centre-half. 16 for tackling, 14 marking, heading. His positioning is 14, teamwork 15, work rate 14, leadership 15. His composure is 15. He's got fantastic physical stats. He's got good pace, good stamina, good strength, good acceleration. He can jump. He's an overall well-rounded player, and I can't wait to develop him. 20 million was a bit high, I'm not going to lie. It was a massive transfer, but when we sold Kevin Weimer for that particular money, my eyes, he's only worth 8 million because of the difference between the two. Lewis Cook was again, an interesting signing, 20 years old, from Leeds, £12 million. He had a release clause of 17. I managed to get it down to 12. I think he's going to be a really, really talented player, and I can't wait to use him more. James Ward-Prowse. Now, I'm really disappointed in the amount of fee we had to pay for him. I had to pay over the odds for him. It's not something I've taken lightly. Again, you could argue that with the fact we've sold Bentaleb for 25 million, the fee only costs 10, but yeah, 35 million is a lot. I've been getting a lot of stick for it in the media and other managers commenting on it. I think he's going to be worth the price in the long term. The other two players we've signed are just two 16-year-olds, one from Huddersfield for 750 grand. I think he's got all of the good attributes to be a really, really decent fullback. He's going to be in the first team squad training with all of our regular first teamers, and so is Glenn Wickenden. Centre half signed from Fulham for £1 million. Again, I'm just going to put both of these in the first team, see how their progression does, make them available for the under-21s and under-18s and see where we go from there. Now, in terms of the first team squad, this is what you'll be able to see from here. I've already got the team ready and raring to go, but what I want to just do for it is just show you the actual squad in a little bit of depth and show you the plans for each particular position. So the two goalkeepers we've got, Jack Butland's going to be our number one, absolutely no doubt about that. Sam Johnson's going to come in and play quite a few cup games, is a decent backup if we ever have to use him if Jack Butland gets injured. In terms of the right back position, it's going to be shared between Kieran Trippier and also Kyle Walker-Peters. Exactly the same as last season. Kieran Trippier, for me, is an absolutely fantastic fullback. I'm going to be offering him a new contract soon to try and get his wages up. As I said, he's a really, really decent player. He's got a solid all-round stats and someone I can rely on. Kyle Walker-Peters is a good youngster and will come into the cup games as well. In terms of the left-back position, that is going to be shared between Danny Rose, as per normal, and Solomon as well. Now, Solomon is coming on leaps and bounds and is going to be getting more of an opportunity this season. I'm going to start with Danny Rose to begin with, just because he's been a really, really decent player for me. But Solomon is going to be coming in on quite a regular basis. In terms of his centre-halves, the two that I'm going to be playing for the majority of this season are going to be Andre Wisdom and also Brendan Galloway. The reason being, two talented English players, really young, got the potential to progress even more. I want to get a solid partnership going between the two of them. They've got enough pace to deal with the majority of issues that they have. Retraining both of them as centre-halves, I think they can really work out there. Alderweireld and Joe Gemmers are going to be my backup defenders. For the likes of Wickenden and also our left-back that we also signed from Huddersfield of Hecker, they're going to be in amongst the first team and possibly get a couple of cup games. Now, in terms of the defensive midfielder role for the holding bit, it's going to be Eric Dyer. He's just signed a new 5-year contract. He's on 100 grand a week. Absolutely unbelievable player. He's going to be my main man as the holding role. And Lewis Cook is going to come in for quite a few of the cup games, get him involved in the Champions League matches as well. And really, I can't wait to develop him at the age of 20 years old. The potential for him is going to be fantastic. In terms of the centre midfielder roles, depending on the type of formation that we do, Dele Alli is going to be the main man. There's no doubt about that. And then, as I said, depending on the other options that we then have, we've got James Ward-Prowse and Ryan Mason, who will drop back into that into the other midfielder role, depending on the formation. With Christian Eriksen being the attacking player out of all of them. If he ever becomes injured, James Ward-Prowse is going to step in his place and Ryan Mason will fill in as the substitute. Ryan Mason is a decent player, but I feel like I've got better options around the squad. So in terms of the wing positions, it's going to be Nathan Redmond and possibly Song, who are going to be my main people. At the moment, you can see the Song is currently wearing international duty. He's wanted by Barcelona. I tried to get them to bid a £50 million bid. They were having none of it. He's obviously quite unhappy, but if another bid comes in, I probably am going to get rid of him, which is a shame because he was absolutely fantastic for us last year. We all know what I'm trying to achieve. So Jack Grealish and Damari Gray are going to be my backup sort of wingers. Now, with both of them, they've had bids left, right and centre from a lot of clubs this summer. I'm trying to reject as many of them as I can, and hopefully they won't want to leave. And in terms of the striker position, at the moment we've got both Harry Kane out injured and also this youngster who has been in my under-21s as well. He came in for a lot of pre-season just to fill up the gap. So at the moment, with Harry Kane being out injured and he's still got another couple of weeks to go on that, Zach Clough is going to be the backup striker to Harry Kane. He's had a lot of interest from clubs this summer, but we've offered him a new contract and all the interest has gone away. So yeah, that is pretty much it with the squad. We're developing quite nicely. I haven't made a massive amount of transfers in, and the simple reason being is that I'm quite happy with the team that we've got. They've developed massively over the last year. I'm really hoping for a good year this season and to win a trophy. So I wasn't that bothered about spending a lot of money. If and when we have to, we've still got £85 million available, 250 grand's worth of wage opportunity as well. So, absolutely no issues from there. The only other thing that I will bring you is I've just recently made a board request to have the youth recruitment side of things improved as well, which is going to hopefully see us bring in some better quality youth players throughout the summer or throughout the season rather. So if you've enjoyed today's video, please give it a like, view the video, obviously comment, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter as well for all of my latest updates and any random football opinions that I may have. But as I said, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the signings. Let me know some details in the comment section how well you think some of our transfers will do. And until next time, adios.